So let me tell you about the time that I was pretty sure that my house was haunted, the one that I lived in for 16 years in Virginia. So my ex-husband and I lived in this ranch house, typical house. To my knowledge, nobody ever died there or anything like that, but I don't think that makes a difference. We lived there for 16, almost 17 years together. And at certain points, after I'd lived there for years, I kept hearing whispering. Okay, it's just the weirdest thing. It was like if you were in a room full of people and they're all whispering, so you can't hear what they're saying, but you can hear the whispers. And so I would ask him about it. I'm like, do you hear that? And he says, hear what? And I said, I keep hearing people whispering, and I don't know what they're saying, but it's loud. And he just was like, no, can't say that I do. So he chalked it up to the vents in the attic, like picking up things from other people's houses. Okay, whatever. It's fine. I mean, this went on. You know, it was a thing. So then at some point, I adopt these two little Labrador mixed retriever dogs, and they were feral, and I worked with them for about a year to get them comfortable enough to come into my house. So in this house, since it was a ranch style, if we were sitting in the den, you would have a straight shot. You could see all the way to the bedroom. Straight shot. Anyway, I have these two dogs because it's winter time, and you know, I like to keep them warm in the house. You know, they're family. Anyway, these two dogs were sitting there looking in the doorway back towards the bedroom, and they were sitting side by side and doing the dog head twist.
They saw something.
Kept twisting their head. So they were seeing something that I wasn't seeing. And my ex-husband wasn't seeing it either. And I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at the dogs, and I was like, what do you see? What is it you're seeing? And they sat there like that for the longest time, and they were just, and eventually their tails started wagging. So, you know, it was, whatever they were seeing wasn't a bad thing, because let me tell you what, these dogs were afraid of everything. They were afraid of their own shadow. They were feral when I got them. They were afraid of, it took me literally a year of working with them constantly to get them to be comfortable enough for even me to come around them. And I am a dog lover. So for them to sit there and just twist their head and they see something and then start wagging their tail. I don't know who it was. I don't know what it was, but they saw it. And then I kind of felt like, okay, I'm validated. So I am hearing people whispering in this bitch.
Isn't that crazy?
I think that was like my first experience with like a thing like that. It wasn't my last. I've had many over the years. So tell me about your best like haunted story. Drop me a comment.